Jesus Christ, this Vesper is out of control. I need at least 2 more grips on it. Well, this guy depleted his ammo prematurely. Don't know how that happened. Ooh, that might be the luckiest dodge of my COD career. There are 2 terms in the COD culture that, when they're said, it feels like thorns shoved straight through my ears. And they are overpowered and a god gun. And of course, with quotation marks in the video titles. But what is an overpowered weapon? Is it describing a gun that gives a player the unfair advantage when up against other players using different guns? But is it an unfair advantage when it is accessible to everyone? An OP weapon, for example, would be one-man army noob tubes from Modern Warfare 2. Good old times. Anyone can use it. Towards the end of the game's life cycle, the majority of players were using that setup. Is the problem with OP guns simply that it narrows down the range of guns that other players use, which in turn limits the variety of play in the game? Or is it simply the OP gun or perk or class that gives a player no other reason to not use it, because it's too powerful damage-wise or in ease of use? Is a weapon still OP if there are countermeasures for it? Blast shield or flak jacket against grenade launchers, long-range assault rifles versus short-range UMP 45s, dead silence versus awareness, juggernaut versus stopping power? Just because a weapon is popular among the player base, does that mean it's OP? Is a popularity contest a simple measure for what is OP? Obviously, if your assault rifle fire atomic bombs with each bullet, no other players can stand a chance. But take for example, the Razorback in hardcore before the nerf. Can the Razorback be considered OP? Or is it just an average gun used in an appropriate situation is what makes it OP? If that's the case, isn't the player himself the OP one? Too weak chemicals infused together can produce a stronger mix, like Razorback in hardcore, or one-man army paired with noob tubes, or awareness with headsets on. It's simply a superior combination used in a fitting situation. But there are compromises. Razorback in hardcore can be countered by using assault rifles playing long distances to avoid CQC. Awareness with headsets can be countered by dead silence and moving decisively. The biggest compromise is to copy what they're using and even the playing field. Is a gun still OP if you can simply combat it with a different playstyle? How about a different game mode? The Razorback doesn't fare well in core, so should we still be bugged if someone uses said OP gun? One-man army noob tubes, however, that really should be certified OP. Used in every game mode, hardcore or core, used in any situation, ground combat or elevated combat, rushing or camping, ease of use without aiming, unlimited ammo to counter blast shields. Basically, an embodiment of a cheating gun. That should be considered overpowered in my book. But the point is, there should at least be a certain threshold before something is considered overpowered. So, 3 criteria to what is OP. A gun is not overpowered if there are these countermeasures to it. Countering with a different playstyle, countering with using a different gun, or countering by playing a different game mode. For game developers, I don't believe the counter to popular guns and not truly overpowered guns considered by the community is to nerf it, or to average out the stats of weapons across the board. So in other words, decreasing the difference between different guns. Instead, aim for modifying the stats for each gun so that there are specific situations that it excels in versus other situations that it does poorly in. The Vesper, for example, is now a lost cause. It was once a great gun close range, but now it's too convulsive to even control, that a majority of players have avoided it. It could have taken a strong nerf, medium to long range, but kept the same short range, which was what was nerfed too. The Argus is something Treyarch done right. Piss poor damage when hip firing, but unbelievably effective while aiming down sight. That's why it's fun to use, because there's always a risk factor when using it. It's what makes each gun feel unique, instead of a near carbon copy of other weapons. I would love to have weapon balances be toned like this in future games. Hope you enjoyed this discussion. This is just my perspective on this topic. A lot of the times I've become jaded by my own tunnel vision. So what do you think? Let me know. Thank you for watching and take care.